And good morning. Hello and happy Monday. We hope you were well. We hope you stayed out of trouble this weekend. And if you had trouble, that it was a good kind. I don't even know what that means.
John Lewis said it.
Oh.
Remember John Lewis get in good trouble?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to leave that right there and just say hi. Good morning. We are the Right Side. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And we have a jam-packed week for you. We have guests. We're recording a podcast with somebody that you won't believe is coming in town. Oh my gosh. And then Bobby's coming back, and I'm going to ask him why, like right here really hurts. Other than that, it's great. But did you guys have a good weekend? What did you do?
Wait a second.
Weekend?
Time out. Are you not going to talk about any of our guests?
Well, you tell them.
Okay.
You tell them.
Well, today we have Adam Thompson from Americans for Prosperity coming on to talk about the free George Washington, Young Washington movies, which actually Birmingham is sold out, which stinks. But I guess it's not that bad because we'll just buy tickets and give to the cause. Right?
Wait, how did you get in? I thought it was sold out. Were they doing?
He bought the tickets.
No, I think she's saying the free screenings
The free screening,
sold out.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I paid for my tickets along with the whole church elderly group that was there.
Oh, that's right.
That was my Sunday
you
school
hate
class.
old people.
No, I don't.
They're not elderly.
Older.
They're young challenged.
Youth challenged.
And then we're going to talk about what is Americans for Prosperity, their organization, kind of what they do, and how you can go to a free screening. Apparently, it's important. We need to know our history. And now Hollywood, / Birmingham, John Irwin, right? What happened to his brother? Remember, it was the Irwin brothers. Maybe he's decided to do something different. Then tomorrow is...
We don't have anybody tomorrow. Wednesday, we have...
Wait, we have the three of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not doing a show tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's sometimes better.
No guests tomorrow.
Yes.
But we have Jerry Carl on Wednesday, as well as Bobby Holditch, who we did a podcast with that went out last week. And then Thursday, I'll have to go to my notes and remind myself, unless y'all can remember off the top of your head. Oh, that's right. We have Brad Brandon. I can't remember his organization's name, excuse me, but he's from the Christians in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. He's been on our show before a couple months ago to discuss that. And then Friday we have the Bussy Brief per usual.
It's going to be a great
Bussy
week.
And her giant hoops. It's going to be
hoops.
Awesome.
Look, I need to get bigger hoops so I can match all. Like I've got hoops, but I need some. I used to have giant hoops.
You must have gotten less hoey over the years.
Or I just had babies pull them out of my ear and they're gone.
Ab says retard Friday, and now all the guardrails are gone.
It's done. It's over. So how are you people? Did you have a good weekend?
I
think you should tell the universe what happened at your house yesterday.
I did tell them that I was going to talk about it, but then I had questions, but I can't show the video. But last night we had Jared's family over for dinner, and this was the extended family, and it was all really good until right at the end. My niece, who will be a sophomore in Auburn, I don't know what she was talking about, that she's learning how to do Irish jigs.
Really?
I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So she starts doing like river dance in the middle of my kitchen. Which means Annie Laurie and I start trying to river dance ourselves.
Of course.
It's this whole thing. I'll do it during the break. Which led to Kate trying to teach grandmommy how to twerk.
That makes sense.
And I haven't laughed that hard. Well, actually, probably on this show. But it is the funniest thing. I'll show y'all the video during the break. But it was the highlight of my weekend. Other than that, I didn't do anything.
What did you serve for dinner?
We had burgers, and then we ate a ton of broccoli salad and fruit salad, which means the explosive diarrhea is coming.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to that.
It's like everybody's acting like it's not happening, including myself. I was just.
Oh gosh.
What'd y'all do? I bet you did wedding stuff.
Yeah, Chris and I were nesting, cleaning our house. I mean, just yard work, housework. We just did all the things this weekend. But it was good. It was really good. And then we had Sunday lunch at church yesterday, which
Oh, that's so old
is
school. I love that.
always delightful and unexpectedly so, because you sit with new people every time. But yesterday I got to sit with the girls. See, I've noticed the pattern at church is when you get to be our age and you're not having to fend for your life with little kids, you split up. And so the men end up over here together
Oh,
and
that's
the women end
cute.
up over here together, and we're all freshman class of the old people. And so we talked about girl things. It was sublime. And we ate dessert. It was fun. Like girl,
Is it
the girls
potluck?
it's potluck.
Or is there a kitchen at the church?
There is a kitchen, but it's potluck. And so you kind of look forward to when it's your time, because there's just a calendar and they just tell you when it's your weekend to do it. It's only once a month. But it was so fun to sit with people and talk. And then the boys end up standing and talking, and they'll work some because it was our
It's
weekend.
like middle school again.
That's what I told my girlfriends. I was like, this is like 7th grade. Because then, of course, our church is so awesome that all the women go through first and then they get their food after. And Chris was like, I was kind of hungry because everybody had all the food. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
But that's what they do. Like, they're just the men in our church and the women. They're sweet people. But it was fun. But we divide up like 7th grade.
I'm really glad you said that, because one thing that bothers me, and I don't think it was like this, JP, I don't know about you, because you're just too young.
This is a baby.
This is a baby. When I was growing up, all the old people like us, the patriarchs, the matriarchs, they went first through the food line.
Yes.
That's
and
just
we do.
the way it was.
Yes.
But like at our house, or if it's Christmas and everybody's together, the 5-year-olds are in the front line. Like all the kids go through first. And it kind of bothers me. I think sometimes it's the moms that are like, let me get their plate and get them settled, then I'll come back.
Yeah.
But
we do a mix of that. But it's not, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Ours, whenever we'd have the big Christmas and Thanksgivings, it was always Granny Ram and my granddad would be first, and then
that's the way it should be.
And then the parents would have put the things on the kids' plates, and then the parents would go last, or the parents would go with their kids as they're putting plates. But I remember it was always Granny Ram and Granddaddy would go first, and then the parents would have each of the kids and do their plate and their plate at the same time, pretty much.
It's yes. Grandparents should go first. Whoever made the meal, you go first. Like first. And it does bother me.
I think there should be some deference. It's like we've lost that
Respect.
Yeah, respect, and just kind of social order of the way it should be. Granny Ram.
Mm-hmm. I got to
should
see her
always
this
be
weekend.
first. Yeah.
How's Granny Ram?
It was great. Well, I guess since I hard launched her last week, I can just say that
Oh,
I went
shoot.
up to I went up to Huntsville.
We're doing this?
Yeah, I spent all Saturday with my girlfriend. We spent all day together Saturday. I got to show her where I grew up and all of Huntsville. We went to Big Spring Park. We went to Green Mountain, looked at the overlook, but then she met my whole family, which was a lot. But it was great. But I will say the one part about Saturday that was so bad was the Conor McGregor fight Saturday night.
That's not where I thought you were going.
I'm shocked.
Well, here's why. Because all day, like, I was like, today's going to be perfect. We're going to spend all day Saturday together. We're going to go see where I grew up, and then we're going to come back, and then I'm going to get to be a kid again because my favorite fighter is coming back and fighting after 5 years, and he blew his leg out within the first 5 seconds of the fight. And I was so upset.
Oh,
and
awful.
That's why I watched it with her, and she was like, you were crushed. You were so upset.
Oh.
Because that was like the cherry on top at the end of the day. Because I was like, I get to feel like a kid again. My guy's back. And then literally he threw the first kick of the fight and blew out his ACL.
Is that why I saw him, or people were saying he was saying Bible verses or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was so sad. But
I'm
other than
sorry,
that, but then she
Connor.
went to church with me Sunday, and anybody got to see her. So it was a great weekend. Other than that,
it was very fun. It was good to see her.
she was like, you were looking forward to this all day. She was like, you were crushed.
Yeah. Oh. By the way, speaking of weekend,
BTW.
did you watch Little House on the Prairie when you were a kid? They have a new series on Netflix. It is outstanding.
They're not all trannies.
It is outstanding.
Okay, that was Jennings' favorite. She has the whole. Actually, I kept it. She has
Emmy.
all the box set. So we might have to go back and watch it.
Molly told us it was good, but I wasn't listening when she told me. So she was a little upset that I didn't know she already said it's good. You know how we do. But we watched a couple of the episodes this weekend. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It is awesome.
Some things are just always good.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. So Mary hasn't gone blind yet, but it's really, remember when she goes blind? Yeah. Outstanding. Great acting.
Mary.
The cinematography, they filmed it in Quebec, I think. I don't know. It's out. It's
Ew.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So if you're looking for something good with your family or your grandkids, watch this.
By the way, I gotta tell y'all one of Granny Ram's one-liners from this weekend.
Oh, what?
I took her to meet Granny Ram at her house, and Granny Ram loved her and was asking her all the questions and stuff. But then I don't know where this came from, but I mentioned something because Granny Ram's always talking about having a big cousin dinner with. I got 13 cousins, and I said, "When are we gonna do a cousin dinner? At your house?" She goes, "Well, y'all just pick a date. Any date is fine with me." And then she looks at my girlfriend and goes, "Well, that is, unless I somehow get a date with an older, richer guy who can still drive at night." And I go, "What?" I said, "Where did that come from?" I go, "You're just looking for a chauffeur." She goes, "That would be nice."
That's so funny.
Oh,
Who can still drive at night was like the emphasis of this. Who can still drive at
she's a
That's the
doll.
non-negotiable.
night? Yeah.
Oh, I love her. She is a doll.
We could
Don't-
put her and grandmommy together. They could go out and twerk on the town.
Well, tell me in the break
I-
how well grandmommy is.
I gotta show y'all are gonna die when you see this.
Like, I
video.
can't wait. I cannot wait to see it. Okay, guys. It's Monday. And before we do Yammer, before we do a montage and talk about all the news of the day, and there's a lot of news, it's time for word of the day.
Three, two, one.
Okay.
Hey, look, we ended up in the same.
Y'all are like doing the Trump dance.
Oh, yeah, we did that on purpose.
Wow.
It was obvious, like wearing black and white. Like that was on purpose.
Put us together and you get an abs.
What? Chris said it's cafe au lait. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. You just looked at
All
my
I
words,
saw was this.
Allison.
I know it starts with an I.
Can I just tell you, I noticed when I was talking and Amy Beth whipped out her phone, Allison immediately goes,
I know. cheater, pumpkin
I'm
eater.
not- I did see that it starts. I would tell you. I saw that it starts with an I. Which
You
usually,
won't know this word.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Stretching.
And I checked into a couple words, and one word was so boring. It was maybe in relation to, well, nothing. I'm not going to say the word because we're not using this word. Did you know there are several options for words of the day? Okay. This one means not capable of being appeased or changed.
Intolerable.
Very close.
Impenetrable.
Very close. It starts with an IM and it ends
Oh.
with a BLE. So y'all are very close. Not capable of being appeased or changed. Who do you think of when I say that?
Allison. Just kidding.
Or like a toddler, right?
Allison.
No, you're not. I meant with your political beliefs.
Oh my word. Oh, we did say that word. This is good.
Did you say impalatable?
No, but you're close.
Impenetrable. What did you?
I said intolerable.
Implausible.
This is a good word.
Impenetrable.
Are you ready?
Imbecile.
I love imbecile, but it's not.
Ian
the
just
word.
guessed imbecile.
What? You ready for the word?
Ian
Yes.
from Hartselle.
Yes.
Implacable.
Oh, never heard of that.
Implacable.
Implacable.
How do you spell it?
Implacable.
implacable.
IMPLACABLE. Not capable of being appeased or changed. Some husbands would say their wives are implacable. Some wives would say their husbands are implacable.
Depends on the day.
Just depends. Who else is implacable, guys?
Republicans in Congress. Democrats.
No.
How about progressives?
Yeah.
They are the communists.
Okay. When I
They
meant
are
Republicans
implacable.
changed too much.
when I meant Republicans, I meant rhinos.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So that's the word implacable. Use it today. Impress your friends. JP.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I actually don't have a set definition for this one because it was suggested by my cousin this weekend, my 16-year-old cousin.
I love it. I'm excited.
I'll just have to rip it off of JP's definition, but basically, this word means someone who is a novice or who is not an expert, someone who just knows the cliff notes on whether it's video games or any like Gen Z topic. They're not like fully knowledgeable on the thing. They are a blank. Starts with a C.
Did you know that you said you didn't know this word?
No. I do know this word, except it's sort of niche, so there's not a Gen Z definition of it, but it is common.
Okay. Have we heard it?
You definitely heard the word. I don't know if you've heard it in that context.
They are, and it starts with a C.
It's a common word, but yeah, it's one of the words that Gen Z has grabbed and made it like a word for someone that is not an expert.
Well, I'm thinking of a word, but I can't say it because I think it has
a cube.
No. CA.
Cart.
No.
cat.
No.
Cal.
Yeah, wait for it.
Flower. Cauliflower.
No.
Carburetor.
No.
A carpet.
I'll use it in a sentence, not the word. This guy didn't know this control in Call of Duty. He's such a blank.
Poser.
It starts with a C.
I know, but I just
this guy didn't know who the running back on Alabama was. He's such a blank.
Carpetbagger.
No. CAS.
Casper.
Castle.
Casual.
Casual.
What?
He's such a casual.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yes, it is, because he's a casual fan. He's not an expert fan.
Oh, he's a
casual
fair
player.
weather fan.
He's a
He's
casual
fair
video
weather.
game. He's
Okay.
not an
All
expert
right.
video game.
I like it.
But
That
he
works.
used that term, my cousin did, about young Washington, because he was like, they got certain parts of it wrong. But my aunt Lily, she's like, but she didn't know any, because she's a casual. She's not a history knower.
Wait, your
Okay.
nephew?
Or my cousin.
Your cousin
Yeah.
was saying he got some things wrong?
Well, no, he was like, he was
But
talking
I gotta
about.
love that
Yeah.
he knows.
Well, he was talking about how they didn't talk enough about Washington's mom. But he's like, but she didn't even know anything about Washington's mom because she's a casual.
I don't know anything about Washington's mom. Do you?
A little bit. He knew more than me in
What?
terms of like.
Was she not cool?
Well, no, but he said that I can't spoil it, but that she pretty much only had one line in the movie, and apparently there was a lot more to the story about like that he thought they could have told about him being raised by her. But yeah,
Okay,
What's
so
her
maybe it
name?
wasn't wrong. It just wasn't as fully developed
yes.
as he thought it should have
Yes.
been.
But
Okay.
when he said, but she didn't know anything back because she was a casual, and she goes, that should be y'all's Gen Z word of the day. It's
That's
casual.
good. That's good. What was Washington's mom's name? Like Elizabeth,
Betty.
Mary, Betty.
Betty Washington,
Let's see. What was her name?
Betty Crocker,
Annabelle?
Washington.
Mary Ball.
Mary
Ball.
Ball.
I
Mhm.
knew that.
We did know that.
We did. I mean, because isn't there like a Mary Ball candy or something? Like there's something with her name in it. Somebody tell me. I know there's
Mary
something with Mary Ball, Washington's name.
Anyway,
Talk about deference and respect. That lady, whew, she raised some kind of boy.
she did. And you haven't seen it yet, but her one line in the movie is really good.
I can't wait.
That's why he was like, she just dropped a bar and then never showed up again. It's
The
like,
bar.
she dropped a bar. That's
Like a-
another
like
Gen
a
Z
quote
word.
bomb?
Like a line, like a good one line.
Okay.
A
Do you
bar.
remember the line?
I do.
Can you tell it to me? I'm going to use it.
A pawn can still take a king.
A pond.
A pawn, PAWN, like in chess.
Oh.
A
Can
pawn
still
can
take
still take a king.
That's good.
Oh, that is good.
That's good.
That's good.
Okay.
our
Does
time.
everybody have your stories?
I do.
Okay. It is time for
Yammer.
guys. This is no surprise. This is in a shock to no one. Daniel Taylor has the story, and I was like, "Oh, we're starting all over." But Scott Stathagen's talking about. We'll talk about it later, hopefully with him too. The Democratic vice chair calls for Democrats to vote in GOP primary. It underscores the need for closed primaries.
Indeed.
And all I'm saying is really, like, for all of y'all that say the closed primary conversation isn't real because the Democrats don't vote in it. That's just stupid.
Conspiracy theory.
That's just so stupid. And y'all are silly girls. No, they're out there talking about it. So
Stupid.
it's stupid.
We can be mad all we want, but they're using the tools they have. There's nothing illegal about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're going to continue to have Democrats potentially choose our Republican nominees because, well, we just got to be fair to the people that might want to change their mind. And what if they can't go change their affiliations, a few weeks before?
Yeah. That's right.
So,
Hey,
get what you get. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Forgot what I was doing.
anywho, I thought, wow, we're starting early this morning. Actually, it was going on all weekend, but I mean, just to kick off the Monday, should we have a running list? And the running list is called Things We Were Right About.
That whiteboard that I erased.
Sinclair,
because-
let's just put it right there and
Yeah.
at the top, things we were right about. It's going to be a long dang list.
It might take us a while to confirm it, but I promise
Yeah.
we're going to be right on most
What
of
was
them.
that word that we used last week about the feeling that you just know you're right about it?
Oh, yeah. Impalpable.
Impalpable.
No,
Palatable.
It's not palate.
no, it's
palatable.
impalpable.
Impalpable. Brad, what's the word? I think it's impalpable
No,
because impalatable,
means you can't palate.
impalpable.
impalpable. Thank you.
No, that one was impalpable. Was incapable of being felt by touch or difficult to grasp easily by the mind. That was impalpable.
Okay, dang it. Anywho, I'm just saying. All right.
All right. So CNBC put out a list of the
Oh.
10 worst states to live in.
I was gonna bring that one up in the show itself.
Sweet home Alabama.
What's number one? The worst state of the union.
Tennessee.
Rocky
It's
Top.
awful. It's awful.
Tennessee.
Number 2 is Texas,
Oh, it's so terrible.
Indiana, Louisiana, Georgia, Utah, Missouri, Alabama, Oklahoma, and
Oh,
I can't see the other one.
Oklahoma. Do you need my glasses?
Arkansas.
Oh, the SEC.
It's terrible down here. Do not
Oh,
move
yeah.
here.
We don't want you.
I think your metrics and measuring sticks were all wrong or for a libtard looking for a place to move. But yes, it's awful.
Listen, because you guys who move here from the Northwest or East Coast are like hemorrhoids. You come down, but you do not go back up. Please don't. Please don't come here.
What was that noise?
That article was written by a Southerner who doesn't actually want you to come here.
So never mind. Look, I talked about explosive diarrhea all over Twitter.
Don't be mad. We listen and we don't
Now it's
judge.
hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids.
That was so good. I'm going to use that somewhere else someday.
Abs did retard last week. Did that quote this week? She's just on a roll.
This wedding is
Yeah.
I'm under pressure.
There's no filter.
The filter, she decided to get off the train last week around Wednesday. And I am pretty sure she's not coming back for a while. Goodbye, filter.
Ah,
Goodbye.
That's funny.
I'd like to
Funny.
apologize in advance. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but not really.
We don't apologize. Never apologize. Well, no, I mean, yes.
We,
When you're
we
wrong.
do, but
when you're wrong,
but that's not often. Sometimes I'm wrong, but I don't really show me when. I'm kidding. I kid.
Mhm.
Kid. All right, that's it.
show me when. JP, what you got?
Okay, so I actually got a video
Oh,
for this. of my 2 trips to Yellowstone, this has always been an intrusive thought of mine of something that I was scared of happening.
Oh, no.
I thought it was going to be jumping in a geyser.
No, not that. This involves a bison. Okay,
Yeah.
so this happened last week. Here, just wait for it.
Oh, no.
Dude.
Colonel Sanders!
Jump in the car!
Hold on.
Get in the car!
Trigger warning.
Ah!
Isn't that crazy? From Fox News, witnesses say the man and his grandson were keeping their distance when the animal suddenly targeted them after charging a group of children just moments before. Bystanders ran toward the bison to distract it after the man hit the ground, fearing the animal would attack again as emergency crews rushed to the scene.
Oh.
The victim reportedly suffered serious injuries, with the man's grandson saying he's not out of the woods yet.
Oh.
But that was always because those are literally just laying on the side of the road as you're driving through. There's like bison crossing where you have to those are that's just common. They're everywhere. And my sister would I just want to go out and sit, and no, they will charge you. It's crazy.
And it's like rut season. So
really?
No. Don't mess with them. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And he was over there rolling around in the ground before, clearly agitated.
Yeah. Don't even risk it. Don't get anywhere near it.
Golly, that's I had not seen that. I saw the reports of it, had not seen it.
It's a good reaction video. But what do you do if a bison's chasing you? I'm thinking you don't play Ring Around the Rosie. You
no.
lay down.
Somebody
and
should have
act
flung
dead.
the car door open for him. Though.
Yeah, that white
or
gay Subaru that drove
the
up.
white gay Subaru.
I thought that was a BMW like yours.
Oh,
not anymore.
Jump on the top of the car and hang on. Get out of there, Cletus.
Somebody,
come on, Festus.
I don't know. I think he did exactly what you're not supposed to do. He ran around a tree 6 times.
So maybe if I hide in the tree, it won't see
Go
me.
up the tree. He's
know.
blessed. He's old.
Oh, bless his
I bet
heart.
he was in that Young Washington movie.
In the theaters.
Okay, do we do have a montage?
Of course we have
we'll
a
be back
montage.
with the montage. Do we have a Muslim minute?
Of course we have a
We
Muslim
got a
minute.
Muslim minute. A Muslim minute brought to you by Charlie. We'll be back.
Judge dismisses Tuberville residency case. So we were awaiting the ruling from this circuit judge in Montgomery. This is the same lawsuit from the real estate agents in Birmingham. Yes.
Yes. But what do that mean? So now it goes to this sentencing court?
So it actually just ruled that the court lacked jurisdiction over the claim,
Right.
which effectively kicks it up to the Alabama Supreme Court, which we expected.
I have a question. If it gets kicked up to the Supreme Court, and as the person said last week, if it gets kicked up there, will some of them have to recuse themselves? And if that's the case, what happens then? Or is that way ahead of
Grayson
time?
write this? So, okay. Does he say anything about that? Because I'm not sure. I mean, why are we recusing ourselves? Is everybody on the Supreme Court besties with Tuberville?
I don't think so. And maybe that's just a piece of red meat that somebody threw out to kind of, there's going to be problems. Just because it's dismissed doesn't mean something's not going to happen. This is just a time waster, is what this is. To delay the inevitable that Tuberville's going to run and Jones is going to lose. That's it.
Immediate appeal to the Alabama Supreme Court. Okay. Abs, I don't know. I think that came out of the Democrat camp. I think that was them posturing to say all the Supreme Court justices are, all attached to Tuberville. And therefore, if they stay in, they're going to probably cry and say that's a fake, ruling that shouldn't stand because they're all best friends with Tuberville. And so maybe it was forcing the issue by exposing that they have relationships with Tuberville, but who in the state doesn't? I mean, everybody knows. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that's going to play out.
Go ahead.
Wasn't part of the claim though from the lawyer that he himself had personal connections to the Supreme Court justices that they would recuse themselves for. So not just Tuberville, but him too.
Oh, that was part of it, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this was expected. I think
Okay.
the fact it took so long for a ruling was a bit unexpected, but I think everybody was just waiting for it to go up to the Alabama Supreme Court,
No
matter the result.
And here's the deal. I've never thought of this before. But if you're an elected official and people are like, yeah, he's friends with all these people on the court. He knows this, he knows that. Doesn't that also mean he's doing a good job if that many people feel like they know him? Like, aren't you as an elected official supposed to be out in among the people?
Yeah. And I mean, Alabama's political class is pretty small.
Yeah.
I mean,
so wouldn't you, in a place where relationships are huge and this is a very relationship driven state? I mean, you're throwing that out like it's a negative, but that's not a negative.
And you're telling me that Supreme Court justices don't know Doug Jones or Doug Jones's attorney? I mean, maybe they should just all recuse themselves.
Yeah.
Then who do you replace them with? How does that work?
You and me. We'd be great.
We get kicked off so fast.
We don't have good poker faces.
No, we don't. But I don't know how that works.
I genuinely don't know either. And so that is
What if everybody knows
baffling to me. They do. This is Alabama. We're not a big state. We are less the size. Our population is smaller than New York City. But we're throwing, the Democrats are throwing things out as if they're negatives. We just know each other. So I don't know. This is just a colossal waste of time.
Is there a chance the Supreme Court says they don't have jurisdiction either and it's a party thing? But the problem is this is Alabama code.
Yeah, it's Alabama law.
It's Alabama law. What was her reasoning for not having jurisdiction? Because it's a circuit court or because
I'll have to pull it back up.
And I know I asked, but isn't this what we thought was going to happen? She was going to do this?
Says this is a quote from the judge. While declaratory or other injunctive relief may be available to challenge a certified nominee's eligibility to hold office under the Alabama Constitution, for the aforementioned reasons, this court finds that it does not have jurisdiction over the sole claim of quo warranto at this time. I'm trying to find. While the office of nominee has been recognized by Alabama courts as conferring quasi-officer status, thereby giving its holder a valuable right, there is currently no case law of which this court is aware holding that a quasi-officer falls within the definition of public officer.
Oh.
Holy
cow. Okay, so here's the thing. That I wish they just put it in plain English, put it in black English for us at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean that he you're a nominee, you're not the elected official yet? Therefore, do they have to refile and make a ruling after he is the elected governor and the elected official? In which case he would be sworn in as governor. Then they could rule that he wouldn't be eligible. Is that what they're saying?
Well, it could be. I'm not sure.
I need an interpreter.
There's the other part of this quote of, while this court lacks authority to extend the application of quo warranto to a certified nominee, that does not imply that it should not be extended in this case, nor that the plaintiffs are stopped altogether from seeking court resolution of constitutional eligibility to hold office. Says public interest certainly weighs in favor of the judicial resolution of constitutional eligibility to hold office in advance of a general election. There is also a very strong argument that
Hello. And welcome back on this Monday. This July Monday, where it can't decide if it's going to rain or not. We never know, really. And JP, how about before we get to the montage, before we do our Muslim minute, let's text. Let's talk texts.
If y'all have any texts or comments, you can comment either on the live stream that you're watching on or text to 833-687-4448. Ian from Hartsville, he texted and said 2 minutes in and Allison is calling people hoes. LOL, I love this show.
Stick with it.
We're going places.
John Collins on the Facebook says good morning.
John
Good morning,
Collins.
John?
Do you know John?
No?
I didn't either, but
Good
hi.
morning. Ashley says on the YouTube, good morning, you three. Can we call Friday hoops and hats?
Yes.
Yes.
Done.
Can you?
Done.
I'm going to buy us the giantest hoops I can find.
I mean, I need the kind of hoops that you're like, is it 1970? Did they call and want their hoops back?
Like solid gold dancer.
Yeah,
hoops.
I wanted to be
Okay,
a solid
and then
gold
we'll
dancer
ship,
when I was 8.
not ship, like Gen Z ship,
Yeah.
but
Like
we will literally put in the
Mail.
mail.
Yeah.
Some hoops.
Are we going to be okay? Are the people ready for my not my first rodeo hat?
No, what they're ready for is the new Rightside hats.
Okay, that's fair. All
We'll
right.
ship that.
I
to
mean,
Caitlin,
just tell
too.
me which camo hat because I've got 3.
No,
Which one are we wearing?
it's going to be camo, and it's going to say the right side,
Well, obviously, but I'm just saying
and you can bedazzle it if you want to.
my other bedazzled hat. Hey, Benjamin,
Until then,
son-in-law,
yes.
we need your help right quick with some hats.
We need your Dixie 2 Chains hat.
All right, I'll wear Dixie 2 Chains on Friday.
It literally has 2 chains on it.
It's really cute. It's meant for
It's very
college
abs.
girls, but it's got patches and stuff on it. Oh, I love it. But I only wear it around the house.
Hat and hoops and hose every
Triple
Friday.
H. Called Triple H.
It's Triple H Friday. Also, we should debut this Friday. Ask us anything.
I just did. Oh, did you see that? That's what I just wrote in our notes because
What?
it dawned on me that we never followed up on that.
Yeah, this Friday. It's happening.
So how are we going to do this? Can they text in questions they have for us? It
Yeah,
could
I'd
be-
say I put a Facebook post up or a social media post up, or they can text it in, and just like on Monday, I can put it up even later today after the show of like text in your questions or your thoughts, whatever, and we'll read them and answer them Friday.
So it can be about anything. It can be about
Yes. And I will be the filter.
Okay, but we
Ask
trust you.
Anything. And then
JP decides.
as long as it's not, you know,
So that means, JP, you're going to have to keep a little notepad and write down if somebody texts in like during the show, keep track of questions.
JP's notebook. He flips through it.
A handy dandy notebook.
let's go through the ones we've
Steve,
got.
did you watch Blues Clues?
Yeah,
when
I
you
did.
were a
I was a
kid?
big Blues Clues.
See,
Steve,
that's it.
We'll get
We
you a
just got a
Steve.
letter.
We
just got a letter.
Okay.
Wonder who it's from.
All right,
Who
cool.
it's from.
Done. So don't forget, ask us anything. Debuts Friday. We don't know what time, but it's going to be on Friday.
Cool.
Friday usually is out of control anyway, and you and I both know that. And let's admit we secretly love it. So just be prepared, but understand that JP is the spaghetti noodle
I'm the
colander.
strainer
He's the
Oh.
strainer.
or the filter.
All right, but that's just the way it's got to be.
Bully Bell
What?
says, what?
Okay.
Keep going.
I was gonna say Bully Bell just commented hoops and hats Friday. Yes.
I didn't know this was a thing, or did we make it
I
up?
think we made it up.
Which makes
I
it
think
even
Ashley,
better.
did you make the title up or did
Well, no,
Ashley?
well,
they-
Caitlin, one time, you may have been gone. It may have been the time I had on. No, you were here. I had on-
Yeah.
And Caitlin said hats and hoops are always in style.
Okay.
And so then that's why I went with it. And then I think now we just put it with Caitlin, and that's where we're just going to go with it.
All right, cool.
We've started a thing.
Let's do it.
One more comment. Ashley also said, talking about the Conor McGregor fight, that was her guy too. She was so disappointed.
I mean, so what does this mean for Conor McGregor?
I don't know, but I got the video to show y'all. Literally,
Oh, no.
you can't see it. It's not graphic, but literally the fight started and you see him run and he plants back on his right leg. He throws an opening kick, but watch his right leg when he
No,
lands.
I'm not watching. This is
It was
not.
there.
I can't watch. I hate.
But then
Oh.
he tried to keep going and he just kept falling down after he did it.
Are you done showing the replay?
It's not
Wait,
graphic.
it's not. But hold
It's
on.
not graphic.
Hold on. So what,
So I'll do it in slow motion.
dude?
So he
Did he?
runs out and watch his right leg when he plants after the kick right there.
No, 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 no. I'm
That's
not
like
watching.
An AC, something popped out.
He tore his ACL.
I
Oh, yeah,
already
that's
saw
what
the
that
knee go wonky
But-
in the air.
But think about, so 5 years ago, he snapped his leg in half, had to put a rod in his leg. And the first fight after 5 years, he does a flying kick on the leg, trying to kick him with the leg. He's got his rod in and hurts his other leg.
No.
Dang, but his hair looks good.
I was so upset and disappointed, but yeah.
And then,
sorry.
so how did they stop it?
So it kept going. So
did he just lay on the ground?
no, like he tried to get up. There was like 30 seconds of him, but he kept slipping and falling down. And then he tried to throw a punch and plant on the leg, and the leg just like gave out, and the ref like stopped it after that. But it was the most anticlimactic fight ever.
So you're like all nestled in. You got your
I was
popcorn
so
and your
excited.
girl.
Literally all day with her. I was like, when we came back, and I was like, you know what time it is? I was like, because I was like, I get to be a kid again. And then that happened, and she looked at me. She was like, you look so bummed. I was so upset.
I mean, it's
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, but that was. I think he just needs to hang it up.
He needs to hang it up and then run for president or whatever he is of Ireland. Bring that country back.
they need help.
Yeah.
We
They need
help.
Connor. So, okay. Wow, that's awful. But let's do the montage for
JP.
Muslim.
Your camera looks good today.
Oh, okay.
Did you change something?
No,
You look brighter and healthier.
no, I didn't. I
Okay.
look healthier.
Sorry.
Did I not look healthy last week?
Well, you know what they say about you.
What?
This that you need a cheeseburger.
Okay.
It looks like you ate one. You look good.
Thank you.
Stand by for news.
How you received this news and your immediate gut reaction when you heard it.
So what makes it even stranger is that I got a call last night sometime in, the early evening, and he called and he said, we're all set for the Save America Act. He was pushing the Save America Act like crazy. He got back, said he just landed from Ukraine.
News coming from the Senator Graham's office about the preliminary findings of this autopsy, which shows that it was an artery tear, a catastrophic one caused by likely years of cardiovascular disease.
At the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History, you would expect to learn about, well, American history. But a new White House report says they are teaching anything but that. A photo of a trans non-binary skateboarder's chest binder, a device used to make himself appear more like a man while skateboarding. And then there's an exhibit featuring images of drag queens and half-nude women.
Yeah, so these adult daycares, they're just basically these YMCAs essentially for these old people to go in and play ping pong, do tai chi, and play dominoes. And because there's so many of them, what they do is they've created a referral program pretty much. So you bring in your friend, we'll give you a kickback on that. You come to the daycare that day so we can bill Medicaid, well, we'll give you a percentage of that.
Why is this 24-year-old the one who's shedding light on all this?
Because he has time. That's a lot of research and a lot of digging in and a lot of visiting and a lot of resources that you have to have access to. I don't know how I don't even know where you start with that.
Mm-hmm. It's incredible what he's been able to do.
I don't understand because those daycares sound fun.
I want to
Yeah.
go to a daycare.
So actually, I didn't play the actual video, but there is a clip of him going up to the guy. I think this was in New Jersey.
Oh, do you have it?
I'll go find it.
It's that's a good clip.
Apparently there was 7,000 members that they couldn't account for doing that kickback.
Oh, so
program.
it's not that there's
no.
mahjong at the daycare.
It's a fraudulent.
It's that there's
There's
fake mahjong played by fake people.
Yeah.
because I think us young Washington people need to go.
We'd love it. Like we'd
Go.
have a
Yeah.
blast, but it doesn't exist.
And then what is you sign somebody else up and then
You get a kickback for signing. Bring your friend. It's the multi-level marketing.
who gets the money?
The daycare gets Medicaid.
Oh,
The
yeah,
daycare
yeah.
gets Medicaid, and maybe you get a little % discount
Okay,
off of
gotcha,
your little
gotcha.
membership.
Okay.
It's just a giant scam. I
And
love how
so
we described
then-
it. YMCA for old people.
Then they're signing people up that don't exist.
Yes. And they
Hold
were
on,
able to get what, 12 million?
I don't have the exact
I think it's like
numbers.
12. It is a exorbitant amount of money.
Here's some of the video of him confronting adult daycare.
You guys are the daycare that receives the most amount of money here in Flushing, Queens.
We have a lot of members.
How many members do you guys have?
I don't have to tell you.
Because here it says you guys have 7,899.
Where did you get this information?
Oh, it's actually from the public databases of CMS and HHS.
Do I have to tell you the number?
But this place doesn't look like it can hold 7,000 people.
Can I have an ID or something? You're asking me some about...
Well, this is public information because it's public tax dollars that you guys are receiving.
I don't have to tell you, right?
Yeah, but do you guys have 7,000 members, for instance?
No, we don't have 7,000 members.
Okay, well, that's what it says. You have 7,899 in 2024, and then so that's not true.
7,000.
Yeah. So you guys are you guys overbilling then? Because you guys are getting paid per patient $1,600.
Yeah, 2024 paid $12.9 million. He's like, no, we don't have 7,000.
It's cute, guys. Let's be diabolical and invent something like this.
Is it an Asian only one?
No, but I think that's just
it's just where
So
they happen
do
to
play
be.
mahjong.
Yes, they do. That's where
knew
those
it.
girls were at that table. They were playing mahjong.
Look how happy that little couple looked when they were leaving. They're
Weren't
like,
they adorable?
We've had our fun. I'm tired. We're going home to take a nap and eat dinner at 4.
That's exactly what Ting and Tang were going to do.
Oh my gosh.
They were darling. What are you talking about? What? They
Hold
were
on.
so cute. Look at them. Am I wrong? Look at them. I told you, a filter is gone. This is actually me that you're getting now. This is what Chris gets. What?
I don't think we were expecting that.
Oh, I like the sound. Oh, okay.
This is who she is at home.
Oh my gosh.
She
That
is
out.
out.
Okay, you're more like me than I ever imagined.
Oh, sister. You have no idea.
Oh,
Got restrained.
okay.
Even the Holy Spirit right now is like, pull it back. Pull it back.
And,
And
we're
I'm
like,
like,
keep going.
no.
no.
What is my favorite? They are my favorite people group, and I can't help it. I can't help it.
Okay.
It just came out. That is a compliment.
Okay.
So this adult daycare was in Flushing, Queens.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that area just demographically is more like that.
Lots of things.
My daughter right now is dying.
Chris, come get your girl.
He's like, no.
You take
She's
her.
more than we can all
He's
handle
like,
right now.
Y'all are my
Send her to the adult daycare.
This is
Let her play
Chris's
mahjong.
adult
This is her
daycare.
adult daycare.
He's like, she goes there for 4 hours a day. Thank God. Okay, stomach hurts.
All right.
Bobby would be proud. I got to work out.
Okay.
You know, you actually burn calories laughing.
How many calories? Like, is there a minute per calorie ratio? Like, how do we know how many calories we burn laughing?
Let's see. You laughing for 10 to 15 minutes burns about 10 to 40 calories.
Who can laugh for 10?
We can.
Wait,
A
what?
deep, genuine belly laugh increases your heart rate and calorie expenditure by up to 20%.
Oh,
Look, we're
sweet.
improving your heart
And
health
that was a
every
deep belly
day.
laugh.
That was like I feel it right here.
It
Tears
was like
coming
really
out
was
laugh.
like
Yeah.
an ab workout.
An ab workout from abs. Abs is ab workout.
You're welcome, everybody.
Tang. Just love there was no filter, or there was no hesitation.
We wouldn't have paused. She would have just kept right on
Yeah.
going.
Of course, that's what Tin and Tang were going to do.
They were so darling. With her all saucy,
Oh.
the spicy sunglasses and her hair done just right. She was a hot babe.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So
Break.
We haven't even addressed. Maybe we send the top heavy story of the day for the next segment.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Which
do
is
Muslim
that-
Minute right now.
okay,
Okay.
let's do it's the top heavy
Oh,
the Lindsey Graham story.
Yes.
All right.
We haven't
Because I have
covered
a
that
quote
yet.
from my husband
Yeah.
when we talk about
Well,
that.
we haven't covered Lindsey Graham. We got Adam Thompson at 11:10.
Oh,
So,
Adam, I hope he's not watching.
maybe
and if
we,
he is, he needed a laugh today.
maybe we do Muslim minute now.
Okay.
Do Lindsey
Okay.
Graham
All
11 to 11:10.
All right. Hold on. I got to write down. I already got my quote written
Okay.
down from what Chris said yesterday.
All
Okay.
right, okay. Ready for the Muslim minute?
Yep.
Are you gonna do you
Allah. No. No, I don't have that. No.
Okay, fine.
Anyways.
Nearly 7 million American Muslims right now, alhamdulillah. Let's take gratitude in the fact that we're here in the great state of Florida. Part of power building is building a pipeline of leaders. I want to see, inshallah, one day governor of the state of Florida is a Muslim. Everybody say inshallah. The House has Muslims in there. Say inshallah. Senators, Muslim senators, say inshallah.
Muslims are men who defend themselves, they defend their religion, they defend their principles, what they believe in. They don't apologize about jihad. They're not afraid of jihad. It's a part of who we are. The Muslim is an individual who, part of his rojula, being a man, is not our wives do jihad. We do jihad.
What would happen if Christian men got behind a microphone and were saying those things? Like if the shoe were on the other foot.
Okay, let's go down that road. What does that look like? What does that verbiage look like? It looks like
What they call Christian nationalism.
Crusades 3.0. I mean, and it's what would happen if Christian men got behind microphones and said we were about to launch the Crusades against the Muslims? They'd probably be kicked out of America. I don't know. They would be shut down really fast.
Yeah. Well, this is the point of doing the Muslim Minute, is to educate and show everyone, because of the amount of people that say, well, I have nice Muslim friends, or I have, there's these, Muslims that I know that they're not like that at all. They're very nice, and, we just want to welcome them in, and we're trying to educate and show exactly what the Quran and what the Muslims want to do in terms of when they get power, and to educate you on what they actually believe. So that's a great example of it. And my initial thought was, okay, well, they're doing what I wish Christians would do. How many Christians would get up and say, I want all Christians in our legislature. I want all Christians in our elected positions. I want only Christians there. How many of them would say that they would be scared of the response of, well, that's not very accepting. That's not very, welcoming. Whereas the Muslims, well, they're not hiding it. They're saying that's what they want. And so, which is okay and fine in terms of they're not doing anything illegal, but that just shows that Christians need to have that same fervor to combat it, because ours is Christianity, theirs is jihad, which is exactly what he said. So,
Yes. Number one, Christian men would get kicked out immediately and canceled. Anyway, we just let these people say and do what they want, but some of them are immigrants, right? And we got to deal with that part. But please understand, Christian men, we do want you to be strong, but these men are out here saying, we would like to kill you. Jihad is killing you, killing the infidel. That's what they want to do. What are we going to do about it? Like, we're educating you and we're educating ourselves, but what are we going to do about it? Because we're at the time where this demands an action.
I just want, we don't even have to start a crusade. I just want, like he said, we don't apologize for jihad. What if a Christian man got up and didn't apologize for being a Christian or a man? That would be revolutionary. We'll be back.
should be available because of action to challenge the constitutional eligibility of the certified nominee of a major political party prior to general election. So, and then this is Grayson writing, said Reed's order acknowledged what the Alabama Republican Party did in June. Under Alabama Code 171371, nomination contests on eligibility grounds belong to the party.
Okay, so again, we're back here. Are you ready for this analogy, friends? If you watch basketball, you know that flopping is a big deal because it really is just a time waster, and it gives people a second to breathe because maybe they're behind by 40 points and they're not going to win, so they flop and they like have to take a TV timeout and then get back in the game and they still lose. That's what this is. This is a giant time waster. This is a huge flop. And they're still going to lose, and Tommy Tuberville is still going to win.
Well, this is their only way to win, is to get him off the ballot.
And they're not going to win. This is not different than any game where people are trying to, oh, let me tie my shoe. Hang on. Let me tie my shoe.
Yeah.
That's what this is. You don't think that they knew that Tuberville was secure in his residency status before he ran? Of course they were. This is their only shot, and it is a huge flop. This is all the Democrats have, is lawfare. Instead of running honestly against your opponent, putting out honest ideas, and letting those stand. I am so tired of this, and that's the only hope they have, but they're not going to win. They're just not. Sorry.
Okay, my brain is just really going. I mean, let's think. Let's say the Democrats are successful in getting Tommy Tuberville kicked off the ballot. Just hypothetically. It'll never happen. Why? I would think they'd rather run against a Tommy Tuberville, who even some Republicans have issues with because he is so far right and conservative, than like a Will Ainsworth. To me, Will is much more measured. Like, I would think you would not want to run against a Will. Because that's who we would assume they would replace him with.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I would come at it from a different angle of Tuberville is going to be like the Trump of Alabama, and from the sense of he's going to just, and rightfully so, and a lot of what conservatives want him to do is to use the power of the governor's office to just do action, like to actually do things. And he's got money to
like bulldoze everything.
Yes, and special interests can't buy him off because he's got money. He doesn't need their money. So I think they're trying to stop, because somebody like a, Will Ainsworth or others, even though they are strong conservatives, they may play a little bit more within the lines of the rules than Tuberville, who's just freaking get it done, find a way to get it done, because he's the CEO, the head coach, and he's going to come at it from a Trump perspective. That would be because I agree with what you're saying. I think the other half of the argument is, well, Tuberville is going to be one who's not going to play by the rule, and the rules, and he's going to be more scary for the Democrats because he's just going to find a way to get it done.
Mm-hmm. Doug Jones is a liberal progressive who supports everything we are against, and the only way they think that they can give him a chance is this way. But he is not far off the liberal progressives we talk about from other states. He's just not. And this is the Democrats' only way. Because I think you're right, JP. Tuberville is just going to be like, get it done. He's not a micromanager. He's going to do what he wants to do. And that's what we want. We've said for a long time, we want a Ron DeSantis here. And that's who he's going to be, even within issues that we clearly have with him on, for example, gambling. But he's still going to do great things for our state. And that's what we want. But I think this is what Democrats think they'll have to do. It's just this, and just keep at it.
So is this less about Doug Jones winning and more about keeping the bull out of the china shop?
I think so. I think, and actually we got a comment on this from Ashley. She says, the rhinos don't want Tommy, and they're using the Democrats to try to get rid of him. Just my opinion. I agree with JP.
Okay.
And she also commented before that, I think the courts won't touch it because it would open the floodgates for a disenfranchised voter case since the voters elected Tommy in the primary election.
What are they going to do about Graham Plattner?
Yeah. I mean, this is what they do. This is lawfare in Alabama. This is Trump lawfare, but just boiled down to our purple state.
Yeah. And we've talked about this all the time, but there's the Democrats of the state, but then there's the...
Welcome back to the 11 o'clock hour on the right side. I'm Amy Beth. She's Allison. He is JP. We are going to continue our conversation about a couple of things from the montage. We're also going to talk to Adam Thompson about the Young Washington movie and some other things. And then we'll finally, in the 11:30 block, get to talk about Lindsey Graham, etc. But first, guys, we're going to talk about what was in the Smithsonian.
Do you want to briefly play the beginning of the clip to remind?
Why don't you play the beginning? And I had to get our handy dandy communist book off the shelf just for a reminder.
Oh, it's going to be something. Yeah.
It'll take me a couple of seconds here to find it back up real quick.
Is it about?
Okay.
Yeah.
So silly. This is vile and depraved.
Predictable.
Yeah, you're right, Allison.
At this point, it's predictable.
It's very predictable. And I found out that it's governed by a board of regents.
What does that even mean?
Well, that means that the vice president is on the board of regents for the Smithsonian. So the vice president could do something about this.
You're talking about J.D. Vance?
Yes. I looked up who ran the Smithsonian, who was responsible.
Well, does J.D. Vance like chest binders?
I don't think so, but there are very important people on there. The vice president, the chief justice, a couple of senators, a couple of representatives.
Wait.
23 people, I think, make up the board of regents for the Smithsonian. They run a lot of things.
Like
but
John Roberts?
That's what it said. That's what the Smithsonian, when I checked into it this morning, that's who runs it. And so we could put a stop to this if we wanted to. And then I looked up the man who ran the Smithsonian, and he looks absolutely like he is. The things that he lists as his accomplishments are nothing that several things that we would be excited about.
Okay, here's the beginning of the clip.
Smithsonian's National Museum of American History, you would expect to learn about, well, American history. But a new White House report says they are teaching anything but that. Extreme political activism. Apparently, that is what they are teaching. Now, Saturday in America got a copy of the report, and here is what was found on full display at the Smithsonian. A diary entry by a child named Ryan, who used to go by the name of Jennifer and now considers himself a boy. Ryan wrote in his diary that he prayed to God every night for his private parts to grow. A photo of a trans non-binary skateboarder's chest binder, a device used to make himself appear more like a man while skateboarding. And then there's an exhibit featuring images of drag queens and half-nude women. And another, a rubber crotch harness used for something I can't even say on air.
I don't even know what you'd use that for.
The things we don't know that we don't need to know.
It's a good thing that we don't know. And I trust you don't know either. But all I could think was, okay, were you guys surprised by this?
No, but I remember when my middle school trip to DC in 2017, right when Trump got into office, literally a couple months after he got sworn in, one of the things we went to was the Smithsonian. And I don't remember seeing any of that. I just remember being blown away by like Washington's uniform being in there, baseballs used by Jackie Robinson, like cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that stuff being in there. But then again, that was kind of, I think the woke nonsense really got bad during Biden. So maybe it wasn't there, but I remember it was 3 or 4 months after Trump got sworn in 2017. And I don't remember seeing any of that stuff.
I just like, it wasn't okay. That was her Saturday show.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't put in on Friday. So why in the world are we just now hearing about this? Like, does nobody go, this is weird? No tourists that say, hey, this is strange. Can I report this? I mean, we need to know how long it's been in there. But no, not surprised. Unless it was in a stupid ideas that have come out of America section. Why in the world?
That's good. So I just started thinking about the time we read through some of the communist goals. And I forget the name of the man who runs the Smithsonian. But here's a couple of their goals as listed in the 50s by Leon Skousen, who testified before Congress. So these have been entered into the congressional record, but just a few things. Number 22 on their goals: continue discrediting American culture by degrading all forms of artistic expression, eliminate all good sculpture from parks and buildings, substitute shapeless, awkward, and meaningless forms. That's meaningless. Then eliminate, number 24, all laws governing obscenity by calling them censorship and a violation of free speech and free press. 25, break down cultural standards of morality by promoting pornography and obscenity in books, magazines, motion pictures, radio, and TV. And then 26, present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, and healthy.
Like put it in a museum?
Just, this is just part of our culture. And you should want to see this because this is who we are and who we've always been. Actually, no, it's not true. And has this stuff been around since the beginning of time? Yes. We know, based on the oldest book ever written, that there's nothing new under the sun. But the idea that somebody took the time to make sure and get it in the Smithsonian, that place where you should be able to take your fifth grader and just walk around and say, hey, I'll meet you back here in an hour. Let's check in. Oh, but no. Mommy, I saw this weird leather thing. These pictures of naked ladies. Which, how do they even know that they're women? They're so confused.
They may not have said ladies.
I don't know who but I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
This should prove, because I'm equally offended by the rubber
crotch
underwear.
Uh-huh.
Which, I'm with you. I have no clue what.
I don't know.
I don't even want to think about it, but and then the porn, this isn't a gay, straight, whatever. This is how about we just have decency? Go back to where you can't run around downtown in a parade in your underwear or lack thereof. You can't. Remember the guy riding the bike?
Well, how about this weekend in Washington
segment about that.
where a naked guy tried to steal a kid, totally naked?
But the people that call out the naked guy will probably get arrested.
Probably.
So let's just go back to having a brain and being able to just, especially like you said, children. Think about all the kids that go through there. Since when did we stop protecting children?
Do you want to know the answer to that? I have an answer.
I don't know. I'd like to know.
I think the slow descent into hell started when we validated abortion and we started killing our kids. And so, yes, there's nothing new under the sun. This has always gone on. You look back at the Roman Empire, this has always gone on. But when we began to bless it and approve it, I think that's when we decided quietly, not everybody, just a little group of people, but that was out there in the ether of the culture. So now we've got this. And so now I can't take my grandchildren up there and go, all right, girls, I'll meet you back here in an hour, in a couple of years. I can't do it because we've removed decency. The things that you fought for, libraries, should be a sacred place of decency and beauty. And it's not.
And our government is sanctioning it. That's when you've got real trouble and you're probably not going to last as a country much longer when your government is subsidizing this crap.
That's right.
It's not just happening in your neighbor's house or your community center or wherever. It's not just happening in culture. It's happening and being pushed and paid for by your government. That's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
The other's an issue, but this is a huge issue. And it's why if we don't course correct, we probably won't be here as a nation in 50 years.
Yes, ma'am. Doesn't take long.
The experiment will be over.
It's our choice what we do now.
Hmm.
So I know people are going to ask because people talk to me about books now. This is the book that I read out of. This is the book Allison and I have read out of. This book changed this along with War Against the Weak. This book changed everything for me.
War Against the Weak.
War Against the Weak. W-E-A-K. It's about eugenics. This one and that one I read at the same time. But if you want a book that is easy to read, but it is hard to stomach because of how often it just leaps out at you from the page and you're like, this is exactly what we're living through, get this book. It is tremendous. And if you have young children, teach it to them. We got this part left out of our education, and it is not good that we don't understand what's happening all around us. It's why we always talk about communism, because we're swimming in it. This is what we're doing. We're swimming in it.
Kind of a big book. Does it have big
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
No, it's so interesting because you can't believe this is where we are. And yet this is from either 53 or 56. And a good friend of ours a couple of years ago told me to read it. And that's when I really locked in. But
This is good. It goes back to the Bolshevik Revolution.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
it probably puts everything together for you.
Everything. It ties, you're looking right now, if you don't know about how dangerous or how dastardly this is, you're looking at the back of the tapestry and nothing makes sense. Get this book, read it, and then you can flip over and go, oh, I see where we are in the tapestry. We can change things, but we need to educate ourselves about what's actually happening.
Wow.
I cannot recommend this book highly enough. This was my game-changing book. This was the let's go.
It goes to Castro. Then it goes to the importance of the psychological war. Is our guest on?
Yes.
Oh,
it's a kind of the perfect time.
I was trying to give y'all a look.
I'm sorry. I got into the book. I wonder if Adam has read this.
I bet Adam has.
This would be a good book club.
We can ask him.
Well, yeah, hi, how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are y'all?
We're great. Thank you for coming on today. I'm Amy Beth. She's Allison. And we're so happy to have you visit with us today. And we're excited to hear more about the Young Washington movie. And then there's some other things we'd love to talk about. But let's talk about the movie first. How's it going? And how are people reviewing it?
It's going very well, I believe. I know opening weekend, 4th of July weekend, even as busy as people were with A250 events and just normal, vacations and cookouts and other things celebrating not just the 4th of July, but obviously our 250th anniversary. It was, I think, the far exceeded all box office expectations. So I think it's going well. We started our first of 3 weekends in a row hosting free screenings around the state. So 8 locations around the state. So yesterday we did Birmingham, Coleman, and Daphne. And so then the next 2 weekends we'll have even more. So we hope to have people there. Birmingham was a sellout, as you would imagine. So and Coleman was close to capacity as well. So it's been great, right? It's been great to show individuals this movie about a young George Washington. We all know George Washington from his military career in the Continental Congress and becoming obviously our first president and setting the stage, for 2 terms as president, saying, if people remember history, people wanted him to stay president forever, almost like a king. He said, no, that's what we just fought against. So I'm not going to do that. And went back to life, at Mount Vernon. So it's interesting to see from the young perspective, right? The inexperienced, up and coming young person fighting in the British wars, wanted to be a British officer, and just kind of how radical, right, it is to think about George Washington fighting for the British, right, because we were British subjects at that point. And so it's a very entertaining movie, while also getting across what it means to live up to that expectation, right? People aren't born with that maturity, with that experience. They go through things. Everything that happens in your life shapes who you become. And this kind of shows a little bit about what shaped and how it shaped Washington's younger years.
Why do you think? I mean, I'm personally interested because I read a book maybe once, a full book. I might get through half and then I get bored. But I just finished, and I'm so proud of myself, George Washington's Secret Six, the Brian Kilmeade book about the spy ring that basically saved America, I think. So I'm super interested in this movie. Really wanted to go to the free version and hang out with y'all yesterday, but it was sold out. So we're going to go and we'll give our money to a great cause. But why do you think this is resonating with Americans right now?
I think there is just enormous patriotism, right, and pride, right. You see on the news all the time the negatives and the things that are going wrong. And listen, we're not a perfect country, right? We are still, I think, on our worst day, better than any other country on the face of the earth. But we have issues, right? Everybody has issues, but we still, as Americans, have that sense of pride. 250 years going strong, and here's to the next 200 years, 500 years. And I think there's just the average Alabamian, the average American has that enormous sense of pride. I don't think the mainstream media is going to capture that, right? They like to tell you all the bad things that are going on. And so I think, especially here in Alabama, we are very proud to be Americans, proud to be Alabamians. And I think it just resonates with individuals. You can see that, peek into that part of George Washington's life that, you don't get taught in school. You get the highlights, you get this, Revolutionary War and his presidential term, but you don't really understand or kind of dig into who he is as a person and kind of the things that helped shape his life to get to where we were, to get to that radical point, which was radical, right? 250 years ago, declaring independence from Britain, right? You didn't do that. The biggest armada in the world, the Royal Navy, all those things were against it. It was a radical idea. So what got somebody there, right? It's a small step. It's a series of small steps. We talk about at Americans for Prosperity, what is your small step that helps you get involved, right? You both of you, I'm sure, can think back of what was that thing that has said, hey, I've got to get involved in the arena. I've got to do something. And it's a lot of times it's just a small step. It's going to a meeting. It's having a conversation. It's taking, signing a petition. It's doing something, getting involved in a political campaign. And so going back in time and looking at kind of what were those small steps for George Washington? What really shaped him into what we know now when he was, 19, 20 years old. And I think all of us can probably resonate with that, right? I turned 41 here in a few months, and I think about when I was 19 and 20, like what are the things that helped shape me to who I am today? And I think that can resonate with people as well.
I bet young men especially are loving seeing this movie. But I wanted to take a minute. You mentioned Americans for Prosperity. And if people don't know, could you tell us a little bit about what this group is and what do you guys do?
Absolutely. So we are a national grassroots organization with chapters in 36 states. So Alabama, we have a brick and mortar chapter here. In Alabama, we have a team here. We advocate for limited government, free speech, just the values that shape Alabama, frankly, right? But getting governmental barriers out of the way. We like to say we believe people are capable of extraordinary things when barriers are removed. And too often those barriers are government, right? Whether it's worker restrictions, because you got to go get a license, you've got to go have a test for this particular type of job. Talk about affordability and housing, right? The government spends way too much money, especially the federal government, and puts us into, $40 trillion and counting of debt, which drives up inflation, which drives up all these other things that are pocketbook issues that are hurting Alabamians. And so we advocate for those limited government, constitutionally limited government principles, and including education reform, school choice, healthcare, right? In Alabama, we have certificate of need laws that are basically government checklists, right? And extortion almost, because you have to pay about a $17,000 fee to want to open up a healthcare facility sometimes. Then your competitor can veto that. So we fight against those things. We want freedom and prosperity. We want people to live their version of the American dream and get the government basically out of your life, right? Health, safety, and welfare are really the main things the government should be doing. And outside of that, you shouldn't be interfering with people's lives. You should make sure people have the freedom to, like I said, live their version of the American dream.
Amen to that.
God, there's so many directions I could go. I'm curious though, for AFP, do you kind of bridge, you've talked specifically about Alabama, which I think you are the head of the Alabama kind of group. do you bridge the gap with the federal government? Are you kind of a go-between, or do you mainly focus on state level government issues? Like, I'm curious your thoughts on this housing bill that was just passed without a signature. It's there are lots of varying opinions about the housing bill between Republicans, conservatives. What would AFP say about that? How does it impact Alabama?
So I think with regards to the housing bill, I mean, I think there are things in there that are not great. There are things in there that are a housing situation, right? The housing crisis we're in can be solved. And it doesn't have to be solved by more government money. It doesn't have to be solved by, all these things that think government is the answer to everything. It's getting out of the way. It's reducing the red tape, the regulatory environment. We could be building a whole lot more homes, right? It is not investors buying up homes that is causing the housing shortage or the prices to go up. It's when you have all these fees, all these licenses, all these inspections, all these environmental concerns, like all those things add up for a developer who says, you know what, I've got to add another $20, $30, $40,000 to build this home just to comply with all these government mandates and restrictions. And I think we should be doing everything possible to remove those restrictions, right? I'm not saying you should go out and say you shouldn't have a home inspected. Like, everybody wants to know that, there are basic things they followed so that when you step into your front door, it's not going to collapse around you. But there are so much government red tape in the housing industry that it prevents. And zoning, right? You get into zoning. Well, a lot of people mixed use development. Some people want to live downtown above a restaurant or above a store. And you have cities who say, well, no, you don't want to do this, or you have to have a certain size home, or you have to do this. Maybe there's, grandparents who are downsizing and only want a 1,200 square foot home. But in the area they want to live in, the municipality has said, well, no, you got to have at least a minimum of 2,500 square foot to live in this area, right? All those restrictions add to the cost, add to the craziness. And so I think we should be doing everything we can to reduce those restrictions and open up, our housing supply.
You mentioned a minute ago, I'm keenly interested in the certificate of need. I don't think people realize how hard it is. We know that competition makes everybody better, but in healthcare, there's very much a lack of competition. Could you talk to us a minute about the things you are doing in regards to the certificate of need, if anything can be done about that? Because it is monumental to try to open up any kind of healthcare facility in Alabama.
It is. And those who want to take that risk, right? Those who want to take that risk, open up that facility, can be vetoed by the competitor. No other industry.
That's insane.
Can your competitor, if say the two of you wanted to open up a coffee shop and there's a Starbucks across the street, it'd be like Starbucks saying, nope, we already serve coffee. We serve coffee better than we think you can. So we don't think you should have it. So government, you should deny that application. That happens a lot. And then those individuals have to go to court, have to go to administrative law judge and make their case why they should be able to do this. No other industry. Here in Montgomery, the Montgomery area where I live, we had a orthopedic surgery practice wanting to open up their own ambulatory surgery center, right? They said, hey, we have so many patients, we can't even fit them and schedule them into the hospitals, into the existing infrastructure. We have the money. We want to build our own surgery facility to help our patient load. And the two major hospitals here in Montgomery say, no, you shouldn't do that. It's going to hurt us, right? There's no need. We've got everything we need. It's ridiculous. It is insane. And so they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm sure, going through courts, and they finally got their approval, but not without going through all that. And so what does that do? That just adds more money to the healthcare crisis, right? Because they need to recoup the money they spent just to be able to open. And so we wonder why healthcare is expensive. One of the reasons is the government can't get out of the way, right? The average fee is $17,000. There are 47 different, if I remember correctly, certificate of need requirements, from ambulatory surgery centers to expanding the ER in an existing hospital to adding rehab facility beds. Just adding additional beds in a building that already exists, you still have to go get permission from the government. We should be encouraging investment. When we have people who want to invest in healthcare, who want to provide those services, we should be encouraging it, not just pouring cold water on it and saying, you've got to pay us a fee. And oh, by the way, if your competitor says no, we're going to side with them.
I'm so glad for what you're doing, what you're doing there. Keep it up, because I really don't think we were kind of paying attention to the Jackson Hospital situation from a couple of weeks ago and the rigmarole around that. But then you've got the CON healthcare in this state, big insurance. It is a jungle out there. And I think we've got to do what we can to increase competition and freedom because everybody benefits. It seems so simple, but it's true. And if you're not good enough to stay open because you can't meet the standard, which is high, that's one thing. But to be able to say, nope, you can't do it from the jump because we don't like it, we don't want to compete. No, that's time for that to end.
Absolutely. Well, and Jackson Hospital here in Montgomery's problems, stem from bad management, decades of bad management and debt and things that the decisions they've made themselves, right? And now they want the government to bail them out again to stay open. And it's just ridiculous. We encourage free markets. We encourage people to have a personal option. You talk about the public option or Medicare for all or Medicaid for all, people who want universal socialized health care. Well, first off, that's a disaster. Just ask, unfortunately, anybody in the military, right, how they love or don't love TRICARE and some of the other types of things. But also we have people from around the world who come for medical care here in the United States. So our healthcare system isn't as bad as people make it out to be. But put people in control, right? Let them price shop. Let them be able to do things like health savings accounts, which gives deferred taxes, and they can pick. And when you remove the third party payer and let people actually utilize the money and the healthcare choices on their own, they're going to make the best choice, right? They're going to research it. They're going to say, hey, I can get this procedure at this hospital for this amount, or this possible hospital over here has a better rating and a lower price. I'm going to do that. Right. And that's how the free market should work. Even in healthcare, people argue, oh, healthcare is not free market. Well, it can be, right? If you get the government out of the way, it absolutely can be. And you would see a lot of our healthcare prices go down. I believe I'm correct in saying the only healthcare procedure that has gone down over the last couple of decades, LASIK eye surgery. Why? Because insurance doesn't cover it. The government is not involved in it. And it continues to go down. Those procedures continue to go down.
Adam, we have got to go to a break. Before we do, where can people find out more about AFP? Where can people get tickets from around the state? If they want to drive for the free hangout show, how do they do that?
Absolutely. AFPalabama.com. It has all our information, including the events. So AFPalabama.com, all one word. We'd love to have you. We have five more events coming up, and we'd love to have anybody who wants to show up and just see this great family afternoon on a Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. these next 2 Sundays, and we'd love to have people. And thank you both for letting us come on. Phil Williams was a longtime friend, and I was on the show, but what y'all have done with this show and how you have taken it to the next level is awesome. And so thank you so much for what y'all are doing.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for that. That's very kind. Adam Thompson, Americans for Prosperity. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Stay in touch.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
JP, I know. I mean, what do we need to? Because you need a few seconds. What do we do?
We got 30 seconds.
Ting and tang. Ting and tang.
Listen, that's just coffee and no filter.
My eyes are still watering. My nose is still running from the giggles. Thank you.
That was fun. I have not met Adam before. Have you met Adam before?
No. Okay. Time out for 30 seconds. Let's talk about,
we got 10 now.
Okay. 10. He said he's 41. I swear I thought he was like 23.
So young.
Why? I hope he's not offended by that.
He's not on here anymore.
Okay. Would you have said 41?
No. But he's got good genes. Bless him.
He and JP went to school together.
They
I don't know what he's talking about.
Men, y'all are so lucky.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about, it seems wrong to say Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about the esteemed senator from the great state of South Carolina, Lindsey Graham, when we come back. Than like a Will Ainsworth. To me, Will is much more measured. Like, I would think you would not want to run against a Will. Because that's who we would assume they would replace him with.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I would come at it from a different angle of Tuberville is going to be like the Trump of Alabama, and from the sense of he's going to just, and rightfully so, and a lot of what conservatives want him to do is to use the power of the governor's office to just do action, like to actually do things. And he's got money to
Like
where
bulldoze everything.
Yes, and special interests can't buy him off because he's got money. He doesn't need their money. So I think they're trying to stop, because somebody like a Will Ainsworth or others, even though they are strong conservatives, they may play a little bit more within the lines of the rules than Tuberville, who's just freaking get it done, find a way to get it done, because he's the CEO, the head coach, and he's going to come at it from a Trump perspective. That would be because I agree with what you're saying. I think the other half of the argument is, well, Tuberville is going to be one who's not going to play by the rule, and the rules is going to be more scary for the Democrats because he's just going to find a way to get it done.
Mm-hmm. Doug Jones is a liberal progressive who supports everything we are against, and the only way they think that they can give him a chance is this way. But he is not far off the liberal progressives we talk about from other states. He's just not. And this is the Democrats' only way. Because I think you're right, JP. Tuberville is just going to be like, get it done. He's not a micromanager. He's going to do what he wants to do. And that's what we want. We've said for a long time, we want a Ron DeSantis here. And that's who he's going to be, even within issues that we clearly have with him on, for example, gambling. But he's still going to do great things for our state. And that's what we want. But I think this is what Democrats think they'll have to do. It's just this, and just keep at it.
So is this less about Doug Jones winning and more about keeping the bull out of the china shop?
I think so. I think, and actually we got a comment on this from Ashley. She says, the rhinos don't want Tommy, and they're using the Democrats to try to get rid of him. Just my opinion. I agree with JP.
Okay.
And she also commented before that, I think the courts won't touch it because it would open the floodgates for a disenfranchised voter case since the voters elected Tommy in the primary election.
What are they going to do about Graham Plattner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, this is what they do. This is lawfare in Alabama. This is Trump lawfare, but just boiled down to our purple state.
Yeah. And we've talked about this all the time, but there's the Democrats of the state, but then there's the real Democrats of the state that just put a fake R by their name because they know that's the only way they can actually have any powers if they act like Republicans, aka rhinos. So yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of rhinos that don't want Tuberville to come in because they fear what the Democrats fear, except they're like the enemy within the gates. And so they could be using the other side and using them as the scapegoat, like it's the Democrats who are doing that. And it's actually them from behind the scenes wanting to use the Democratic Party to keep Tuberville out. I think there's part of that as well.
So you think this is a joint effort?
I do. But then there's also some things, that with Tuberville, like you said, that conservatives don't agree with him on, like gambling being one. And I know Tuberville and his office were publicly behind or supported the PSC bill, and which got him a lot of slack from conservatives. So there's surface level conservative issues that we can disagree on, but I'd say for the most part, conservatives want Tuberville in. I think it's the rhinos in the Republican Party that are maybe working alongside the Democrats because they're scared of the actual foundational deep state of Alabama that could get dismantled with a force like Tuberville to come in as governor.
It's very hard to recognize that we have a deep state, but we have our own nasty swamp. And you're right. They're like, oh, we got to act right for at least 4 or 8 years, probably 8. We got to act right. We got to pretend. This is exhausting. This is a whole thing. But I really believe it's a Trump lawfare in Alabama. And there's a bunch of people behind the scenes pulling the strings.
I'll just say this: if a Montgomery Circuit judge didn't like that, I don't know the specifics on this judge, but if a Montgomery Circuit judge didn't strike him down as ineligible, then I think that tells all. Because I think a Montgomery Circuit judge would have found any reason to do that.
Mm-hmm. They keep looking and they keep failing. In Alabama. And there's a bunch of people behind the scenes pulling the strings.
I'll just say this: if a Montgomery Circuit judge didn't like that, I don't know the specifics on this judge, but if a Montgomery Circuit judge didn't strike him down as ineligible, then I think that tells all. Because I think a Montgomery Circuit judge would have found any reason to do that.
Mm-hmm. They keep looking and they keep failing. Hi, welcome back. We've just planned our next fun video.
Parkour.
It's going to be great. You just wait. Just wait.
JP's not going to want any part of it.
No.
Why do you think that? You think I'm not good at parkour?
Well, I don't know. We need to see your style. we don't know. I mean, we know you can MMA and kickbox
Gosh, y'all
and
gonna
jump.
get so hurt.
I think we can do it. I think
you wait.
Yeah,
We've already
we've been
planned our
training.
routine.
It is going to go crazy.
He's
So you just
nervously
wait.
drinking his coffee.
He's like,
Okay.
let me drink so I don't have to tell the ladies. No, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
When have I ever think about it? When have I ever said no to y'all?
Not really. Well, you say no, but then we talk you into
Allison.
things.
I have
Think
to,
about all the things that we have done
No, you
that have been really hard to do.
Okay, this is how I'm going to say it. You are a very good balance, because I'll be like, let's drive to the edge of a cliff and set up a hot air balloon and do the show while skydiving into the basket of the hot air balloon. And I think it's a great idea. JP will always bring me back to reality and be like, I don't think we have Wi-Fi. There's not a good Wi-Fi connection up there. I don't think we can do it. And then we work it out.
And then we do it. Yeah.
And then we do it. It's just a little while. So I don't know. I mean, parkour seems like a no-brainer to me.
I mean, parkour.
Have you seen the other video of the women that are probably our age, and they set up a camera and like 5 of them are lined up, and what they're doing is watching their friends sprint.
Oh, we're doing that too.
And
in
you
the
just
parking
watch.
lot.
Like they have tears. I guess you've never really watched your friends really run.
You think we can do it in the backyard or the front parking lot?
It's really funny.
I told Chris I wanted to do it, but I'd have to really get revved up from like back by the garbage can
parking lot.
And then just do it. Let's do it tomorrow. Yeah.
I gotta prepare.
We want to do it on
My
Wednesday when
body
Bobby's
does
here.
not do anything quickly. So like it's like I
Well,
gotta
that's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna start from the backyard, get running, and then we can.
I think the
Jet.
upstart is the funny part.
All right, we can do it.
You should have seen me trying to jig last night. It was well, you did see it.
It's funny.
Like nothing coordinates. Anyway,
I can help with that. You're
Yeah.
actually more coordinated than you realize.
I don't think so.
It's okay.
No, I don't think so.
I
Lovingly.
lovingly.
It's okay.
I think that's a negative.
But it would be great.
He caught himself.
Sure.
But that sounds like a
We're
wonderful
doing
idea.
parkour and we're going to do running at top speeds. And that's happening this week on the right side. Just look out for it. I think we're going to do Wednesday. We're either going to do parkour or running when Bobby's here. He can film it. And then he's going to taunt us.
Oh God. Okay, I shouldn't.
We're going to involve him in it. You're welcome, Bobby. All right. Now to a very serious topic. This is not funny. It's really not funny. But I love your take on this, JP. It is, how do we respond when we get this kind of news? And it's the news that over the weekend, Lindsey Graham had an aortic dissection, which basically means you're gone like that. And there's a tear in his aorta. He had heart disease. It's hereditary. Okay, we're shocked. But more than that, are you shocked at how people are responding to his death?
Well, okay, I don't know. I haven't seen the responses that JP was talking about, which are we're glad he's gone. He was a rhino, even from the right. What I saw was more, and it's so funny because I'm such a tinfoil hatter. I mean, like I really could go down any rabbit hole. But with this one, I'm like, he had a heart attack. It happens. Everybody's like, oh, I mean, it must have been Russia that killed him. It must have been Iran. It must have been whoever. He just said he was going to pass the Save America Act and sanction Russia. And so, blah, blah, blah. Well, and then they'll go, he was speaking with the president. He was doing this. Well, people have heart attacks while they're running. Like, it just happens. So my thought was, and then the people that are usually way more level-headed than me are like, it was Russia. So I don't really know what to believe. But regarding we're glad he's dead, that should never come out of, you expect it from the left. That should never come out of the rights. You can have your disagreements. You can still talk about his policy positions and that you don't agree with him, but death is hard. It will always be, it was never supposed to be part of this world than the fall. And it's something that we have to deal with, but we're never fully uncomfortable with death. And you should never rejoice in the death of someone and say some of the horrible things that I know, like people said about Charlie Kirk and other people that have died. And just like we can't say Lindsey Graham, just maybe tomorrow we can, but at least give it the respect it's due. I think it's tacky.
It's so tacky. And my husband's just like you. When he found the news out and then he was like, what conspiracies are out there? Can't somebody just die? Because he just died. He had a heart attack. It's almost identical to what you said. Like that. Everybody doesn't die from conspiracy or COVID or he's like, we just die. He just died.
And we might be wrong. I mean, maybe Russia did poison him when he was in Ukraine.
But we need evidence first. We don't jump straight to that.
Yeah. The autopsy showed that he had a tear in his aorta.
His heart exploded, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when that happens, you're gone.
Oh, how old was he? 72 years old?
Ish.
71.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking up his age. He was well, I wish it would give me an age next to his, but 1955. How long ago was that?
And his
71.
Yeah.
His dad apparently died of a heart attack. I think he dealt with heart disease. I guess I will say, if you have heart issues and it runs in your family, you would think he would be getting checkups and like they would have been able to notice, because I guess the way I understand it was there was a major blockage which caused his heart to just literally explode. Like the pressure built up too much. You would think that they would catch that, and
you would think.
The reactions lack perspective or proper perception of, like, politics is not life. I mean, it's a part of life, but politics is not the end all be all of life. And I think it's people that don't have the proper sanctity for life altogether, but also that don't believe in the supernatural, or at least even the ones that they claim they do, they don't have the proper gravity of it. Because if you did, then death is not something that, like, when you see somebody died, those who really have the Holy Spirit in them and a soul would have a gut reaction to feel the gravity of death. They don't see it and immediately go, oh, well, good riddance. I disagreed with him on Ukraine, or I disagreed with him on Israel, or I disagreed with him on this. It's like, do you actually, that's not all of life, right? And it's maybe people that haven't wrestled with the fact that they're going to die one day, or don't have a proper worldview, like I said, of the supernatural or the Holy Spirit or such. But I think it is a good conversation because we saw it after Charlie Kirk died from the left. And obviously we expect that from godless people like the modern left is, but the people on the right that thought he was a neocon, which, by the way, the three of us did not agree with Lindsey Graham on a lot. I mean, you can just go back and listen to our old shows about, him going to Disney World or him going to whatever. Like, we were not Lindsey Graham fans, but when I saw Lindsey Graham died, my immediate reaction was nothing about that. It was thinking about his family, because also I've lost several people in my family, and I know how awful it is. So my immediate thought doesn't go to, I disagree with him on policy. It's like, seriously, if that's your first reaction, then you need a bit of a wake up call and a reality check that politics is not. And I guess we take it for granted because the three of us, we're not perfect, obviously, but
What?
Really?
Sorry. I hate to burst
Speak for
y'all's bubble.
yourself.
I'll speak for myself. Yeah. But we view politics as our mission field for Christ. We don't view politics for politics. And I think
It's good.
At least I'm reminded sometimes that not everyone in politics is like that. Politics is their God. So I don't know. And I saw the reverse, actually. I saw Cory Booker and Senator Coons, who disagreed with him on everything. And they didn't post anything about policy. They posted that, hey, we disagreed, but we were friends outside of, when we disagreed and debated, we were friends. And so, like, yeah, this guy I spent every day with and I would consider a friend passed away, not somebody that was my political rival or whatever. So anyways, I just think I saw some of those responses from those on the right, and I was just like, guys, seriously, like, life is much bigger than disagreeing on politics, but that's all people have, I guess. But you have to have a proper perspective about life and death altogether and a proper gravity for it.
So beyond that, the thing that's also so cruel about death, because you're right, we've all had people we've lost, and especially that we've lost suddenly without warning. And that's a tragedy within a tragedy. But now South Carolina is going to have to figure out who's going to step in and fill his shoes. And so that's the other cruelty about it is, okay, he's gone. What's next? Because that's how rapidly the political world moves. So we lived in South Carolina for a while. One of our daughters lives there. We love that place and the people there. What are you hearing that's going on there? What are you guys seeing? I saw immediately that Nikki Haley was put forth. Then Nancy Mace. And then what about Ralph Norman? Are they going to perhaps reach out to him and let him fill the shoes? He'd be a great choice.
Yeah, we have lots of connections to South Carolina, so I'm trying to kind of gather what I can. Just think about if that happened in Alabama. Think about how chaotic it would be in an instant, and all the different little pockets of politicos that would start vying for that position. All the people that just ran for something that want to run for this now. I mean, and that's what's happening in South Carolina. And I think because the timeline is so crunched, it's kind of crazy that Lindsey Graham was actually up his 6-year term to be in this election. So he just won the primary. The guy that ran against him, Mark Lynch, maybe, I think like 28% of the vote, which is kind of significant. That's not 6%. So Mark Lynch would be an option. People in South Carolina like him. I think Nikki Haley, from what I understand, just off the record, is not interested in that position. Pam Yvette, if you remember, she was endorsed first for the governor's race by President Trump. Very close. Well, McMaster's son, there was a little bit of a scuttlebutt there with them, some drama over there, but so close to Henry McMaster's, that family. Trump endorsed Alan Wilson, who actually in the runoff, it was showing that he was going to just obliterate Pam. So then Trump comes out and endorses both of them. So Alan Wilson, who's the governor nominee elect in South Carolina, has been floated around. Nancy Mace, of course, can never remove herself from any conversation. But then this just popped up on my feed. This is I think it's out of South Carolina, this news. It says, you heard it here, folks. First, folks, Real Donald Trump is reportedly urging South Carolina's 7th District Congressman Russell Fry to run in the August 11th special election to replace the late Lindsey Graham, supposedly promising the second-term congressman his complete and total endorsement. So Russell Fry, I don't really know much about him. He's a 2-term House member that is kind of an up-and-coming star. He's young. He's in his 40s. And it sounds like maybe that is who Trump is looking to endorse. Turning Point USA, interesting enough, Tyler Bauer has been posting nonstop about Ralph Norman getting in the race. So that I think is an option. But it's weird because what would happen is the governor will appoint someone to fill that seat until the new Congress is sworn in January. And they're thinking it will be Lindsey Graham's sister.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is probably a good move, I guess, even though it's a really pivotal time to put somebody in there that doesn't know. But what it does is it doesn't give someone a leg up for the, do you know what I'm saying?
I think it's actually yes.
Because it's such a short window between appointed position and special election.
That actually could work. Because nobody gets a leg up. They're going to have to just duke it out and then get there when they are sworn in. That's actually not a bad idea. I hadn't thought about that.
Is in recess the entire month of August, which kind of stinks. But then you come back and you've got the reconciliation. Like we've got to have I think the budget, whatever stuff is the end of September. There's some big votes. You got the Save America Act, which I think she would vote for it because Lindsey would have voted for it. It's not a bad idea. But then in the middle of that, on August 11th, you'll have a special primary. So whoever's going to run for that Senate seat has like a month.
Yeah.
And decisions have to be made soon. Then the election in November, and then they would be sworn into office in January.
I think that is a rational choice.
The sister
calms everything down. And then this can be what it is. She can just steady the course, and then whoever wins it can get there. But that's an actually rational choice versus Debbie Dingell, who took over for her husband in Michigan. And she became this wildly crazy, more liberal than even he was. So I like that idea.
I think, it's things are going to have to happen quickly. I know Ralph Norman is making an announcement tomorrow.
Okay.
Either way,
okay.
I don't know. But they've got to decide quickly. And I'm sure it is absolute mayhem. The phone calls, the bargaining, the blackmail, the threats.
Yeah.
Joe Wilson is the congressman from South Carolina. He's older, though. I think that was the initial thought that he would want the position. I hear he doesn't. So, but it matters. And that's the thing. Why are we talking about this in Alabama? Because it matters. Especially with Mitch McConnell, who, by the way, does anybody think the proof of life thing was real?
No, I thought, look, AI. Happy. Did you think that? I mean, that's what I thought.
He had like a Spanish newspaper. Did you zoom in on the newspaper? It was
no. I honestly,
weird.
Allison, when I saw it begin, I was like, "This is AI." I don't know.
These our numbers are dwindling in the Senate, and how you vote matters. So it's not. Well, it's kind of the future of America.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Just a little bit. It's important.
Tiny. All right, then. I'm just checking that off the list. Real quick, could I ask y'all a question?
Nah.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to ask a question
Maybe.
anyway. Maybe, thank you. You had on our list, we didn't get to it, but did y'all watch Rokana on his, I was detained.
Oh.
Could we just talk about the fact that he is such a biscuit?
Well, what's wrong with him? What?
Do you know what happened?
I guess not. I mean, what? No. I mean, I do. I watched all the videos, and he was trying to cross into Palestine, maybe?
He was going into the West Bank, and I haven't seen much of the story. I just saw the headline and thought it was interesting to talk about, but that he was detained by Israeli settlers. So
he is a liar. He said that he alerted whoever he needed to alert that he was going to go into the West Bank. There's no evidence for that. And they're saying he didn't tell anybody where he was going. And when you go into another country, you got to tell them. All right. So he didn't do that. Then he goes into the West Bank. But you know what he does? He does it on Shabbat. No one drives a car on Shabbat. So when there's a car coming into an area that no one's in their car because of their religious reflection on that day, the people are immediately like, who's this? And they are citizen soldiers. And so he lied and said he told people he was going. He did not. He turned down anybody's help to go. And then number two, when he goes, he does it on a day where it would stand out like a sore thumb. And so number three, then he's surprised that they're like, what are you doing here? We are going to detain you because we don't know who you are. You didn't tell anybody. And then the idea that he's going to tell, I'm Ro Khanna from the U.S. I'm important. They don't care. Like, I just think it's turned out to be, you used to see him sometimes, like Brett Baer would have him on the Republicans and Dems together, and both sides of the aisle try to come together. And so he seems like such an amenable guy, but the more I watch him, the more I'm like, he is a big fat liar. He's just lies.
Well, and all that was planned. I mean, because now he's saying the IDF detained a congressman. This is an act of war. We're blah, blah, blah. So they'll use it. This is exactly what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, I mean, well played.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do the same thing.
Yeah, we never seem to think of those things.
Kind of like I was thinking this morning, I was like, why don't we go vote in the Democrat primary? But
you want to try?
Well, I mean, we can.
Yeah,
but then that's just
illegal.
stupid because then a Democrat would win. And
well, then like it's not even worth doing because it's.
But, use the tactics you have at your disposal. And if we aren't going to stop them, whether it's crossing the border, he just caused a scene. That was straight out of Saul Alinsky's.
Amen.
Yeah, that was well played.
You know what? That's right. Bravo. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Because most people, even like me, you read the headline and you're like, what are you doing? Okay, this kind of stinks, but you don't dig in. And you go, oh, well, maybe that was not good. You can't detain and you start to question yourself. It's effective.
It's what they do.
To be more effective.
Way better at that than we are.
Oh, look, I just realized.
What?
Is that the time or is that how long? So like this clock is wrong. It says 11:56. I know it's not 11:56.
Yeah, we need to speed it back up.
It's okay. But the live thing says 1:59. Is that?
No, that's
hours?
how long we've been live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's not the time either.
Now, if you take about a minute and a half to 2 minutes off of that time, though, it'll be.
Sure.
That's math.
That's girl math. Like we can do math. We like it, but that's too much.
We'll just speed up this clock.
Thanks. Okay. So tomorrow it's just us.
Tuesday.
That means allegedly everybody go get your allegedly stories ready. We're going to spend some time.
If you have an allegedly story, some good gossip, spill the tea, text me, message me.
You're so full of it. You always have gossip. I love when you say that, though. You have gossip for days.
She's like, I don't have anything. What are you talking about? That's like Allison going into her closet and saying, I have nothing to wear.
Oh, that
allegedly.
is true.
Going in there and going, I don't have any gossip. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't have any gossip. Except I heard this, and then, this.
Oh, this. Oh, did you know about that?
But some of it I can't say
I know
on there.
That's a problem. Most of it you can't
Just
say.
Make it up.
Oh,
it's allegedly.
Well, you could make it.
Yeah, it's allegedly. That's the whole point of the name.
I mean, we talked about ting and tang today.
Yeah, I know.
Like, why not I just start making stuff up?
And hemorrhoids.
Why did you make that noise?
You got to suck them back up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Would you rather have a pause button for your life or a rewind button?
Rewind.
What are you going to do when you rewind it?
Just
Can
redo.
You just watch yourself
No.
destroy
Like,
again?
No. Yeah. No, like, oh, I wish I would have done that different. And then do it differently.
Maybe pause.
Or do a pause to be like, okay, I just need a second.
Pause. I'm going to go back. I choose pause.
I would go rewind. She's pausing right now.
What would your husband choose for you?
She's pausing right now.
Jared would probably choose a rewind. I don't have many regrets, though. I'm just going pause.
I'd pause.
Because y'all are exhausting. So I'll just chill out for a second. jump back in.
Thank you.
We're pausing. Tomorrow we've got allegedly, and it's just the three of us. No hoops, no hose.
Three of us.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.